lights, cameras in my face. Hands on the stand, trying to plead her case. Said it was love, but it smelled like a scheme. Trading a husband for a teenage dream. Hands on trial, scandals burning hot. Teacher with a plan, but she got caught. Hands on trial, verdict in the air. Justice is coming, better say your prayer. Hands on trial. Whispers loud, jury's taking notes. Star witness kids in their Sunday coats. Bang of a gavel, lies start to crawl. She wanted romance, he ended it all. Hands on trial, scandals burning hot. Teacher with a plan, but she got caught. Hands on trial, verdict in the air. Justice is coming, better say your prayer.
Hello. I'm not alternate juror. I'm alternate juror Spawn. I'm also not a 12-year-old boy. I know it's confusing. I'm actually a 30-year-old female. But yeah, that's about it.
And I am neither of any of those things. So I'm just Gabby.
I was gonna say, got my lovely co-host here, Gabriella Cinderella. So, if you want to go say, see, there's a lot of people in the chat. I do want to tell Squid, thank you very much for redirecting over here. I really appreciate that.
Yes, yes. Where is it? Thanks, Squid.
Yeah, thank you.
And then Bry's in here. Hadel's in here. Flash Fan. Luca. Ronnie, Senorita Bonita. Hey, Frankie, hey. Hello, Brandy.
Hello. And anybody else that's not chatting, hello to all of you. So just to give you a quick rundown, so this was like the first trial that was allowed to be televised in U.S. history. It's Pam Smart, but as we call her, Pam Not So Smart. She was a teacher and ended up having some relations with some students who she ended up kind of coercing into unaliving her husband. She was accused, tried, and convicted. This trial happened, or the unaliving happened in 1990, trial happened in 1991. Yesterday, we had actually heard from Billy Flynn, who we will hear from Billy Flynn's mom. He is the one that fired the shot. So today we're going to be hearing him, Billy Flynn, the unaliver, testify. We're actually going to have to do this in 3 parts, so I won't be able to get through his whole testimony today because it's very long. Today we got about an hour, 47-minute testimony from him for part 1, and then still trying to figure out the schedule for part 2. It will most likely be Monday, and then we'll finish up part 3 on Tuesday. But if you all, I don't. I believe she does testify.
I will look that up. Give me a second.
Yeah, I think she does.
Does Pam Extremely Smart testify?
Pam Extremely Smart. Yeah, she was 22 when this happened, and her lover was a 15-year-old.
No. So it says, no, she does not.
No, she doesn't. No.
She doesn't.
Well, regardless, she's still the unaliver, and then his accomplices that he had, his friends, they're out of prison now. They all took plea deals to basically testify against her, and but she's still in prison.
Google says, Flash Fan, that during the original trial in 1990, which I think this is, Smart did not testify.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're going to go through the whole trial, so I mean, we'll see. But all right, let's go ahead and get started because this is a little bit of a longer one. We'll go ahead and mute myself.
Everyone in the jury can hear. Would you please state your name?
William Flynn,
How do you spell your last name?
FLYN.
Mr. Flynn, I'm going to ask you to do pretty much what you're doing, so I'm close to be able to speak into the microphone so we can all hear you. How old are you, Mr. Flynn?
16,
And what's your date of birth?
March 12th, 1974.
Where do you currently live?
Brentwood,
What's Brentwood?
Rockingham County House of Corrections.
Prior to living in Rockingham County Correction, where were you?
Prior to that, I was at juvenile holding facility, ABC,
And how long were you in the juvenile holding facility?
7 months.
How long have you been in Rockingham County Jail?
2 months.
Prior to your incarceration in Rockingham County Jail and the juvenile holding facility, where did you live?
Seabrook Beach, New Hampshire.
What was your address?
Corner of Ocean Drive in Pembroke, 175, I believe.
And who did you live with?
My mother and my 2 younger brothers,
What are your brothers' names?
Larry Flynn and Jimmy Flynn.
From 1989 to 1990, where did you go to school?
1989 to 1990, I went to high school.
What year were you in at that time?
Sophomore,
How old were you when you started school in 1989?
1989, 15.
You know Vance Lathamy Jr.
Yes, I do.
How do you know him?
I met him at Seabrook Junior High, like a year after, well, in 8th grade, I believe it was.
How long have you lived in Seabrook?
Seabrook, 4 years.
And where did you live before that?
With my grandmother, when we first moved out here from California.
Now, what's the nature of your relationship with Vance Lathamy Jr.?
Best friend.
You know Pete Randall?
Yes, I do.
How long have you known Pete Randall?
Approximately 4 years.
How did you meet Pete Randall?
Seabrook Junior High, 8th grade.
Ralph Welch?
Yes.
How do you know Ralph Welch?
Well, he wasn't attending school when I met JR and Pete, but I met Ralph through JR and Pete.
When you say JR, you mean Vance Lathamy Jr.?
Yes,
Is that his nickname?
yes,
And Pete Randall's first name is really Patrick, is that right?
yes.
Who's Frank Daly?
Another one of my friends.
How'd you meet Frank?
I went to Kent High School freshman year.
You know someone by the name of Cecilia Pierce?
Yes, I do.
How do you know Cecilia Pierce?
Well, she was in Seabrook Junior High, and it's a small junior high, so you pretty much know everybody. So that's how I met her.
She's part of the crowd?
Not really, no.
Who was part of your crowd?
JR, Pete, Ralph, Frank.
Do you know Pamela Smart?
Yes, I do.
Is she in the courtroom here today?
Yes.
Point her out, please. Tell us what she's wearing.
Purple dress.
How did you meet Pamela Smart?
Through Project Self-Esteem.
What was Project Self-Esteem?
Well, Project Self-Esteem is a mandatory, I don't know if you can call it a class or not, but what it is it's all the freshmen in their freshman year go, someplace where it's being held. Freshman year was at Luca's Greenery, the greenhouse, whatever restaurant. And it's just, you go there and it's like drug awareness, alcohol awareness, and it teaches you how to feel good about yourself.
What was your function in Project Self-Esteem?
Well, freshman year, I was, it was mandatory. I was there to partake in it. But sophomore year, I was facilitated to help with it and to help with everything.
And was there any of your other friends involved in it?
Yes. And Slattery?
You mean JR?
Yeah, JR and my friend Kevin Moore.
Kevin who?
Moore, M-O-R-T.
Was the city of Pierce prior to Project Self-Esteem?
There she was.
Now, what was the defendant's role in Project Self-Esteem?
Pam, she was a facilitator, the same thing as I was. But she helped Miss Kinsman. She was like one of the people in charge.
Now, when you first started Project Self-Esteem, how often would it meet?
How often? Roughly twice a month. That's when I was a facilitator, not.
I'm talking about during sophomore year.
All right, yeah, about 2 or 3 times a month.
And when you met 2 or 3 times a month, would you see the defendant?
Yes, I would.
Did you have contact with the defendant during Project Self-Esteem?
Yes, I did.
Can you explain what that contact was?
All right. Well, I'd go to the meetings. Me, JR, and Cecilia Pierce was there. And I'd say about the 3rd, 4th meeting we were in there, Pam came walking in. Miss Kinsman had told us that, there was someone that wanted to help out. She was the media director at the SAU 21 building across the street. So that's when I first saw Pam.
Now, after that time you first saw Pam, did you ever spend any more time with her in Project Self-Esteem?
Yes, during the meetings, we'd break into small groups. And I made sure I was in her group. And what the group exercise was to tell about yourself, to get comfortable with expressing, telling them about yourself, and like that.
Why did you make sure you were in her group?
Thought she was attractive.
And when you were in the small group, this is Pamela Smart, who else was part of your group?
That time, I think Cecilia Pierce, Tim Sheridan, myself, and Pam.
And during these small group sessions, did you ever talk with the defendant?
Yes, I did.
What things did you talk about?
Well, the group exercise, like I said, was to tell about yourself a little bit. And Pam said, her favorite group was Van Halen. That she used to be a DJ in Florida. And she's met Motley Crue before. It's my favorite group. Van Halen, Whitesnake. And I told about myself. My favorite group is Motley Crue, and I like Van Halen, and they're all my favorite groups.
What do you mean by she met Motley Crue?
Well, backstage passes because she was a DJ, and I guess from a DJ you can obtain backstage passes to interview or take pictures or whatnot.
Now, what is White Snake?
It's another group.
So Van Halen, Motley Crue, White Snake are all rock,
Yes.
heavy metal?
Yes.
And how did you know the defendant had met these groups?
Well, first she told me, and she told me she had pictures of herself with them, and asked me if I wanted to see them.
Did you ever see him?
Yes, I did. Over at her office, the media.
Her office where?
SAU 21 building, the media center.
The one across from the high school?
Yes.
Now, these Project Self-Esteem meetings were not in the SAU 21, is that correct?
No, they were in high school.
Now, during this time, were you spending any time in the SAU 21 building?
Yes, I'd go over during my study periods, sometimes at lunch.
No.
Talk.
And when you go over to talk, who would you be talking to?
Pam.
And what were your feelings towards her at this time?
I thought she was attractive. She seemed like a really nice person. I liked talking to her. We had a lot in common.
When you went over to the media center, who would you go with?
Back then, it was me and my friend Kevin Moore who would usually go.
And what happened to Kevin Moore?
He moved.
When did he move?
Right around the time that we started making an orange juice commercial. So I couldn't really give a date.
What was this orange juice commercial?
It was, Well, Pam had asked me if I wanted to be involved in an orange juice commercial. There was a contest, Florida Orange Juice Corporation. They held it like every year. And, what it was is you make a commercial and you send it in, and then there's like prizes, Hard Rock Cafe jackets, trip to Disneyland, Disney World in Florida. And
When did you first hear about this contest?
through Pam, right around the time Kevin moved.
Can I ask you to speak up a little bit? I'm missing a few things you're saying, okay? Now, when did she ask you to help out the OJ commercial?
After I had been going over to the media center for a while, talking to them, getting to know them better. And she asked me when I was at the media center.
Can you tell me about what time of year this was?
Time of year, it was sophomore year,
Before Christmas, after Christmas?
before Christmas.
And who was helping you on this OJ commercial besides the defendant?
Well, Cecilia Pierce, Rachel Iman, and her friend Tracy, who helps sometimes.
Do you know what Tracy's last name is?
I can't remember.
Now, were you good friends with Cecilia Pierce at this time?
Not really, no.
Did you ever hang out with her outside of school or anything?
No, not without, well, there's a couple times when Pam was there.
So when you were with Cecilia Pierce, the defendant was there.
Yes.
Now, how much time did the filming the OJ commercial take?
Probably about a few months.
How much time each day or week did you spend on it?
Well, first it was just a brainstorming type of thing. We think about it, and then once we got our idea down, what we were gonna do, like after school, sometimes on the weekends, like that. Not usually every day, like,
Now, was this something you were getting class credit for?
no,
So this wasn't anything that was being put together by Lincoln High School?
no.
And when you said it started out with brainstorming, where would the brainstorming take place?
Usually at the media center,
And who would be present for those brainstorming ideas?
myself, Pam, and Cecilia.
And how much were you going over to the media center at this time?
At that time, like once a day,
And when you went over there once a day, did you see the defendant?
I said,
How would you get over to the media center from Winnicott High School?
well, it's like 50 yards across the parking lot, so just walk.
Do you need any permission to go there?
Oh, yes. I'd ask Pam for passes to go over the media center, because you have to have a pass to leave the school and leave to study.
Besides brainstorming in the media center, what other time or contact would you have with the defendant in planning or doing this orange juice commercial?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. Besides the brainstorming in the media center, what else did it require?
All right, well, after we got our idea down and everything, we wrote, well, Pam wrote song lyrics to it, and we'd go out filming.
And what was your responsibility?
I was basically just cameraman.
Cameraman?
Yeah.
Did you have any acting responsibilities?
Very few.
Music responsibilities?
Well, I was in electronic music class that year, and I asked my teacher if we could use the music room, because they had all the equipment that we'd need.
Now, when you said we went out filming, where would you go out filming?
Well, there's all different places. There's in back of the recreation center in Seabrook for one scene, the beach for another scene. In back of Cecilia's house, or Cecilia's grandparents' house for another scene.
When was this filming taking place? By that I mean during school hours, after school, weekends?
After school weekends.
And how much time a week were you spending together doing this?
How many hours each week?
Well, how many days each week? Let's start with that.
3 or 4.
And on those 3 or 4 days each week, how many hours on those 3 or 4 days?
2 or 3.
And besides those 2 or 3 hours on those 3 or 4 days a week, were you seeing the defendant under any other circumstances?
At that time,
Yeah, were you just hanging out at the media center all that time?
yeah, just at that time, it was basically just going to the media center during my study period.
Now, when you went out filming this, who would go?
It was usually me, Pam, sometimes Tracy, Rachel, and Cecilia.
Now, we say sometimes Rachel, Tracy, and Cecilia. Did Cecilia always go?
Sometimes Tracy and Rachel and Cecilia were almost always there.
Who was going to go to Disney World with the prize if you won?
All of us.
All of us meaning the
Rachel, Cecilia,
5 of you?
Tracy, Pam, and so on.
Did it cost any money?
And I think the prize paid for everything.
Now, during this filming of the OJ commercial in December or January, when it first started, what was the nature of your relationship with the defendant?
December, January, good friends.
How'd you feel about it?
I was attracted to her. And I liked it.
Did you know whether or not she was married at that time?
Yes, I did.
Did you know who she was married to?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Gregg Smart.
Did the nature of your relationship ever change?
Yes, it did.
Can you tell us when it changed?
All right. Well, February 5th. February 4th, Cecilia told me Pam had something to tell me. So I went over to the media center after school, and I didn't have a ride that day, so I had to take the bus. So I was 15 minutes until the bus left. And she didn't tell me then.
Yeah, Frank, I know he's hard to understand. Let me see if there's CCs. I don't think that there is. No, I don't think that there's closed captions for this one, unless I'm just not seeing it. I can try to turn them up just a little bit, but I don't want to blow your guys' eardrums out.
I think that might be the problem. It might be just a little bit too loud. And because this courtroom is kind of big, that the sound is bouncing off the walls. So it's kind of hard to hear when maybe
Okay.
try to turn it down a tiny bit and then
I
see if
have
that
bass.
helps.
Well, I have bass boost on. I can put voice boost and see if that helps me.
Yeah, maybe try and turn the bass down a little and then play it and see if that helps.
All right. This has got voice boost on, so let me know.
Okay.
Well, she didn't tell me then.
Now, when you say Cecilia told you, where were you when Cecilia came up and gave you this message?
In school, by my office.
Then she just came up to you and said, Pam wants to talk to you?
Yeah, that's what I tell you. Yeah.
And you went over there and what happened?
The 4th or 5th?
On the 4th.
4th, what I just said, I went over there, but she didn't tell me then.
Okay, now how is it that you remember it was February 4th?
Because I remember February 5th very well.
Can you tell us what happened on February 5th?
Well, I went over to the media center during one of my study periods. And Pam asked,
Mr. Flynn, it's my understanding you're having a hard time hearing you, so could you maybe just talk a little louder into the mic?
well, Pam, I went to the media center, Pam was there, it was just me and Pam. And she asked me, she wasn't going to tell me at first, she was nervous about it, that I kept asking her.
What do you mean by she was nervous?
And she was nervous.
How was she acting?
I wouldn't make eye contact, kind of, I don't want to tell you, I'm embarrassed.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and see if I can adjust this mic.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to try to fix this.
Frank, no worries. Sometimes if you just adjust one of the things, it'll make it sound a little bit.
Is there a volume switch? I don't know. Okay, why don't you sit a little closer to it, okay? And try to speak right into it.
My feet are right against it.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Best we can do then. Try and talk loud, all right?
Mm.
Now, comfortable?
Yeah.
So what happened? She was nervous, and what happened after that?
All right, well, she said, first she asked me if I ever thought about it when she wasn't around. And I said, yeah. And she said, well, because I think about you all the time.
What'd you say to her?
At that time, then, not much. I was kind of shocked. I was just listening.
Why were you shocked?
I didn't expect it. It was kind of out of the blue.
You had no inclination that this might be coming?
No.
Did you say anything to her besides just listening?
Well, she said she thought about me all the time. She didn't know what to do because she was married.
How'd you feel about it?
Well, when I left, I was pretty happy.
Why were you happy?
It's not every day a 15 at the time, year-old kid, gets this 22-year-old woman that's very attractive that says that she likes him.
Besides her physical attributes, what attracted you to Pamela Smart?
Well, same taste in music. I don't know, she was fun-loving, she was energetic, nice person. I liked it.
So how did you feel after you left her that day?
I was happy, but I was kind of confused.
Why were you confused?
Well, because I hadn't expected it. It's the last thing I expected her to say when I walked over there.
So what happened after that?
I don't know, after that I went back to school and then it's been, after that, well, I guess it didn't really progress from there. What it did was slowly, it was like the next day we were dating each other, everything like that. It was kind of, I don't know, awkward.
Did you think she was serious?
I wanted to think she was serious.
So when you say it was awkward, what do you mean?
Well, she told me, how she felt about me and everything, and I felt the same way, and it just kind of blew like that. So the next day when I go over during lunch in period 6, period 3, it was awkward for a little while.
When you say period 6 and period 3, what do you mean by that?
Well, I had to study period 6, to study period 3, and I go over to meet Sam. Sometimes lunch.
Bill, is that ringing okay for you? Now, what does it mean to go to the media center?
Well, from school during the study period, I'd have a pass from Pam, give it to my study teacher, and I'd go over to the media center. Talk to Pam, and we would go out to lunch or something.
Now, the media center is right across the parking lot for Winnicott High School, right?
Yes.
Now, when you go into that building, are you going up, are you going down? Where are you going to get to the media center?
Directly across the parking lot.
No, I'm sorry, once you're in the building, so I
Oh, I'm sorry. You walk in the front door, and you go downstairs, and her office is to the left.
Besides Pam, who works downstairs then?
Patty, her secretary.
And where did Patty work?
Right there, her office was right next to Pam's.
Besides Patty and Pam, is there anybody else who worked down there?
Cecilia Pierce. She didn't want, I guess you call her, a student intern. She helped Pam out.
Now, every time you went over there, was Cecilia there?
Every time?
Yeah.
No, not every time. Most of the time.
Now, was Cecilia present when Pam told you her thoughts about you?
No, she wasn't. But I guess Pam told her before that.
Now, when Pam told you these things, where were you? Were you in her office? Were you somewhere else?
In her office.
Now, is her office a one-room office, a three-room office?
So you walk in the door, and she has a desk right there, and then there's a computer in there, and she has a bookshelf. It's just a one-room office.
Now, outside of her office, there's a large rectangular area, is that correct?
Yes.
What's that area used for?
I don't really know to tell you the truth. What we use it for, the table there that's sitting right there is like they have like these flyers that were coming. I say you 21 flyers, and you have to put the addresses on those stickers. And I go over and help her, do that. We'll do that there.
Now, did there ever come a time in your relationship got physical?
Yes.
Can you tell us the first time it was ever physical?
Well, first time we ever got physical was the first time we kissed
Can you tell us where that was?
in my bedroom, in my house.
What were you doing in your bedroom at your house?
Well, we go over my house a lot, and I tell my mom we were working on the OJ commercial. And the OJ commercial there. So we went in my room, I had a lock on my door, so I just locked my door all the time. And we put on music on my stereo. And Cecilia was there and stuff. We talk about the OJ commercial and other stuff.
And I'm talking about this time that you said you first kissed. Who was there that time?
The same fan.
Was your mother home?
I think she was there.
Where was she in the house?
Kitchen, her bedroom, living room.
Now, so you're in your room, the door was locked.
Yes.
What happens next?
Well, I had Molecule Starry Eyes playing on my stereo, and I remember it really good. Because, not just because it's the first time we kissed, but because my disc player doesn't have a single repeat, but it was repeating Starry Eyes, so over and over and over. And I wasn't supposed to do that, and then right when it stopped, went to the next song, and that's when we kissed.
Now, when you say Starry Eyes, it's a song, is that right?
Song from Molecule, first song.
The first album.
Yes.
You're aficionado of Motley Crue, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, how did the first kiss come about?
Well, we're laying on my bed, and I just started talking about it. And
What do you mean you were talking about?
she was saying, well, are you going to kiss me? I said, yeah. She said, well, do I have to come down and rape you? And I said, yeah, just kidding around. And just kissed.
Is it a one kiss thing, or what happened?
Well, yeah, we kissed once. And then after that, we started making out.
On your bed?
Yes.
That's the first time you ever made out?
Yes.
How long did that go on for?
No.
And during that time, there was music playing?
Yeah.
And you were on your bed?
Yes.
Anything more happened to just make out?
No, I don't think so, no.
And what happened after that?
That day, or
No, did you ever have another opportunity to be with the defendant alone?
well, yeah, I spent the night over my house one time,
Do you know when that was?
a couple times. The first time, I want to say around Valentine's Day, February, around my foster.
Sometime in February?
I believe so, yes.
Now this would be within.
Be mindful. Don't be this type of teacher. That's bad. Right, bad. Like I don't get it. I don't get why you would want to do that. It's a student. You are a 22-year-old woman. He is a 15-year-old boy. I just. And again, I apologize. I've looked and looked and looked, see if this has closed captioning. It does not. Tried to mess with the volume a little bit, so we're just, like Gabby said, I think he's just a mumbler. But yeah, don't do that to students. That's illegal and bad.
She had feelings for you?
Yes.
And where was her house?
There in Mr. Warren Drive.
Tell us about that. What was the circumstances of your being there?
She said, I think Gregg was going on a skiing trip at that particular time. I'm not positive though. And she asked me if I wanted to go out spend the night that day. Yeah. So, well, that night I went over to JR's house. Yeah, I told him all this spend the night over there. And she picked me up there and Cecilia's with us.
Now, when you say you told your mother you were spending the night over there, you meant JR's?
Yeah.
All right, and she picks you up at JR's house with Cecilia?
No, Cecilia was already with us, yeah.
That's what I meant. And when you say she picked her up, picked you up, what car did Pam Smart drive at that time?
The CRX,
Honda CRX?
yes.
Did you know Cecilia Pierce was going to be with her?
I said it.
Why was Cecilia there?
In case somebody saw us or anything, we were as suspicious. It was just me and her. And Cecilia was there. And we looked less suspicious.
Can you tell us what happened after that?
Alright, well, we drove up to her house. We rented a few movies, about 3 movies. 9.5 weeks was one. I can't remember what the other 2 were.
Why does he remember 9.5 weeks?
Well, before that day, Pam asked me if I've ever seen 9.5 weeks. I said no. And she said because there's one scene in there where Kim Basinger dances for Mickey Rourke.
Now, who are Kim Basinger and Mickey Rourke?
2 actors in the movie.
Had you seen 9.5 weeks before this?
No.
So when Pam asked you if you ever seen that scene where Kim Basinger dances for Mickey Rourke, what did you tell her?
I told her no.
So what happened after, what did you say after that?
Well, she said because she's always wanted to dance with somebody like that, but there's nothing anybody that she would for.
So what happened? What else did she tell you?
She told me she was going to dance with me like that.
Sorry?
She told me she was going to dance with me like that.
What did like that mean, you know?
Like provocative, like a striptease type of thing.
So when did she tell you this that day, a couple days before? What did she tell you?
Before I spent the night,
Yeah.
it was before a few days at least, probably more.
Is there any particular outfit you found?
Yes. She told me she was going to go to the mall to pick out an outfit to wear. I wasn't with the men, but I went to the mall with her, Tracy, and Cecilia one time. And we were in a clothing store, and there was an outfit on the wall. And she said, "Can you see that?" And I said, "Yeah." And she was like that. And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, because that's pretty much what I bought on these turquoise
When she pointed to an outfit, what kind of outfit had she pointed to?
the lingerie, lace type thing."
Now, after having these conversations with her, there come a time when you saw 9.5 weeks?
Yeah, on that Pam's house, I think I stayed there.
And who was with you when you saw 9.5 weeks?
Pam and Cecilia.
And where was it that you were watching 9.5 weeks in the defendant's house?
Downstairs living room.
And there's a TV down there?
Yeah, me and Pam were on one couch and Cecilia was on the other.
And was there a scene in the movie where Kim Basinger dances for Mickey Rourke?
Yes.
And what happened after you watched the movie?
Well, after the movie was over, we went upstairs.
Who went upstairs?
Pam and myself.
And what happened when you got upstairs?
First thing, she got in the outfit and everything. I was sitting on the bed. And she was embarrassed. And didn't come out and everything.
When you say embarrassed from coming out, where was she?
She was in the bathroom.
And when you were on the bed, how were you dressed?
I don't think I was.
So when you say she was embarrassed to come out, how'd you know?
Because she told me.
What she said?
She said I think she was fat. And I said, no, I'm not. I said, you're not fat. I'm not going to think you're fat. And she was just embarrassed.
Now, were you saying this to her face or through the door?
Well, she stuck her head out the door.
So what happened after that?
Well, then she came out and she was standing there. And, Well, she's still embarrassed to dance and everything, but she did.
And is there any music involved?
Yeah, Black and,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
the song from Van Halen, Black and Blue.
Now, how is the music being played?
On stereo. There was a stereo in the guest bedroom that was running into her bedroom.
And when you say there was a stereo in the guest bedroom, are we talking like a rack system, a big system?
It was like a portable stereo.
And you brought that into the room and it had tape cassette capabilities?
Yes,
Did she dance for you?
yes, she did.
And what was she wearing when she danced for you?
Yeah, that she picked up.
What happened after that?
We had sex.
By that you mean intercourse?
Yeah, we made love.
And where in the room were you making love?
We're in the room, like everywhere.
Oh yeah, like where?
Like on the bed, on the floor.
Anywhere else besides those two places?
No.
And where was Cecilia during this time?
Cecilia was downstairs watching other movies that we made.
And had you ever made love to another woman before?
No, I hadn't.
That was the first time?
Yes, it was.
Is that what you told Pam?
No.
What did you tell Pam?
I told him that it wasn't the first time.
You said you had sex with other women before?
Yeah.
Now, what about birth control?
Pam's on pill.
How do you know?
I'd seen her take it before. She told me.
You had seen her take it before that day?
Yeah. Well, no, not before that day, I don't think, but that day in times after it.
So that's something you eventually do?
Yeah.
Now, besides the dance routine that you got for 9.5 weeks, anything else happen that you got for 9.5 weeks?
Yeah, when we were upstairs, one time I went downstairs, went to the freezer, and got a glass of ice out of the freezer. And went back upstairs.
Why'd you do that?
To use it, to use on the body when we went upstairs.
What gave you that idea?
It was in 9.5 weeks.
Can you just briefly describe the scene you would see?
The scene in 9.5 weeks?
Yeah.
And
You don't have to get too graphic, just to give us an idea of what you're talking about.
Kim Basinger was blindfolded, her hands were tied, Mickey Rourke was running the ice down the body.
Did you do the same thing?
Basically, yeah.
Shake
She wasn't tied up or anything.
Right. You ever done anything like that before?
No.
Now, up to this time, have you had any discussions with Pamela Smart concerning your husband?
Up to this time,
Up to this point, man.
I'm not holding on.
Okay, what happened? Did you sleep over that night?
Yes, it is.
What happened the next day?
The next day, we were coming back to my house, dropping off the garage Cecilia off first. As we were driving from Cecilia's house to my house, and started saying that, we're not gonna be able to see each other like this, because, Gregg never goes away like this. This is just the once, a great wild thing. She started crying. She said that she doesn't know what we're gonna do. Because, there was conversation about Gregg a little bit.
Tell us the conversation before this conversation.
Before this conversation, like February 6th or 7th, right after she had told me I was dead, she asked me if I remember one time, and she had asked me if, I remember the time that she asked me if I knew anybody that would kill the secretary, so Tracy could be a secretary, I think she was joking around, I didn't take it serious. And, the 6th or 7th of February, she asked me if I remember that. She said because I wasn't asking for Annie, I was asking for Gregg.
When did she tell you this?
When did she tell me this?
Right.
February 6th, 7th, 8th.
Now, besides that conversation about Gregg, well, when she said that to you, what did you say?
What did I say? I said, no, I didn't know anybody. I didn't really think that she was serious. I thought she was just being figurative.
Okay, I'm not talking about what you talked about Patty, your secretary. I'm talking about, what did you say when she said, I didn't mean Patty, I meant Gregg?
What did I say?
Yeah, what did you say to her?
I told her I didn't know anybody. Instead of do that, I still didn't think she was that serious. I thought she was being figurative.
When you say figurative, what do you mean?
And saying that she didn't want to be with Gregg, she wanted to be with me. But she you know, I didn't think she wanted to kill her.
Did you have any other discussions at that point? Or the preceding days before the night?
Gotta unmute myself first. I know that he's a mumbler, so I don't know if you guys caught that. So she asked him if he would unalive Gregg, who was Pam's husband. And he's saying, like, I thought she was joking. So the speculation is that she basically thought a divorce was going to be too expensive, and was also, I think it was $140,000.
Oh, the life insurance?
Yeah, $140,000 life insurance. But yeah, she and then just in a news article, I don't know if they're going to say it or not, but when she seduced Billy, she also threatened to stop having intimate relations with him unless he unalived Gregg. Wait,
Well then,
this woman's crazy. I can fix her.
no you can't. Her name is Pan, for goodness sake. Pan.
You slept over?
Yeah, it progressed from there to the point where it was, well, this is the only way that we can be together, because if I divorce Gregg, everything's in his name. He'll take the cars, he'll take Haley, she won't have any money, and she'll be able to move down, closer to him.
You say move down closer to you. Where did you mean by that? What did she mean by that, you know?
Moving closer to where I live from there.
How far is Derry from Seabrook?
45-minute drive.
And when she said she wouldn't get Haley, what was she referring to?
Other dog.
What kind of dog was it?
Shih Tzu. Something like
Sorry?
that. Shih Tzu, something. I can't.
Big dog, small dog?
Very small dog.
And when she said everything was in his name, did she elaborate?
She just said that she wouldn't get the car. She wouldn't have a car, she wouldn't have any money, no furniture. And she'd have to live with her mother because she wouldn't have any money to buy a place.
Is anything else about her?
Yeah, she said that he was abusive towards her, that they didn't get along, that they got married because back then it was the thing to do. She mentioned a couple times in particular, like one time when Gregg was drunk, and she was in a long t-shirt and panties, and he started getting abusive towards her. And he grabbed her and threw her down, and he threw her out of the house, and it was snowing outside, and she had to walk Gregg's mother close.
Did you know where they lived in relationship to the defendant?
Close, but never seen house.
Now, these conversations took place before you slept over that one time? Now, can you go take us back to her driving you home that night? What happened?
She started crying, and that got me upset. She was saying that the only way that we're going to be able to be together is if we kill Gregg. Because she can't force him.
When she said we killed Gregg, what did you understand her to mean?
That we kill Gregg.
And what did you say to that?
Did I say? Well, I agree. I wasn't about to start disagreeing with her. I was both upset and everything. So I didn't really, well, I thought she was, I don't know, I didn't really think she was serious. Like she said, this is like, this is it, this is what we're doing, this is how it's gonna be. But I thought she was serious in wanting to get away from Gregg.
Now, to that point, have you formulated any plans or talked about any plans to defend it?
Just if I can find something to do it.
Before that night, you were talking about trying to find somebody to do it.
Yeah, but it never got down to like serious conversation. She just like, could you get anyone to do this? Hire somebody, how much would it cost to hire somebody?
Why did you think you would know someone like this?
I don't know, just,
So during this time, had you ever mentioned what was going on with Pam to any of your friends?
JRP and Frank Daly.
They believe you?
Like around February 5th when I told them, no, you didn't believe me at all. He said, yeah, wait, whatever you say, yeah. But, as I was seeing her more often and everything, she'd come over. They had to believe me after a while.
Up to this point, have you discussed with any of your friends the defendant's idea to have someone kill her husband?
Up to this point,
Yeah.
no, I really didn't.
So how did it end that night in the car when she was driving you home?
How did it end?
Yeah.
Well, we were both pretty upset. We parked along the entrance to the beach. Where I live is like 4 or 5 entrances to the beach. We parked at one of them. And we were talking. She was just saying how, she wants to be with me. I said, I want to be with her too. But the only way that she could see for us to be together was that we killed Gregg.
And after that night, what happened?
After that night,
After that night, you ever talk about this again?
yeah, a lot, more often.
When you talked about it again, where would you talk about it?
Most of the times, media center in her office.
Besides seeing her at the media center, where else were you seeing her?
Well, she came down on the weekends once in a while and go like to Salisbury Beach, the arcades, and there's a dance club called Sneakers that I would go to. And I would go drinking.
Tell us about some of the discussions you had with the defendant after that night about the plan.
Alright, well, after that night, it started getting to the point where there was serious conversation. She had planned, she told me that, alright, this is how you can do it, and, she planned everything out.
When you say this is how you could do it, what'd you say?
And she said, there's a plaza right by our house. And there's a road that goes from the front of the plaza parking lot to the back of the plaza, and then it goes down and leads into the condo complex. And she said, what you do, park at the plaza, wear black clothes and everything. And I said that it's pretty suspicious if park at the plaza and get the black clothes and then he gets out of the car and starts walking behind the building. So she suggested that I wear normal clothes, put sweatpants, black, dark clothes that I was going to wear in the duffel bag, have that with me, change around the back of the plaza.
What else?
Alright, she said from there to walk over to the condominium. She's going to leave the bulkhead door open so we can get in. Make it look like a robbery. Ransack the house. She said, anybody that helped you can have anything in the house because she's insured. The camera service system, those HDPs, children,
And where did the defendant say she'd be?
and a meeting.
What do you mean by that meeting?
Well, a meeting, send a meeting or a school meeting, something like that, so she'd have an alibi when it happened.
Tell you to do anything with your hair?
Tied back in a ponytail, I believe.
I gotta stop it real quick. thank you. Let's go for the super chat. You know how we do. So I know that my mom won't, but I will.
I already have been for free, so you know. I mean, I'll take $20, but you know, I'll do it for free. Hey,
and then
Hadel?
I was gonna ask how you pronounce it. Hey.
Hadel? I don't know. Shinny always just calls her 1776.
Well, that's what I was about to say. I'm just gonna be like 1776. Hey Ash, I see you're back in here. I was gonna.
She's just doing stuff. She's just listening, hanging out.
As long as she's not getting her carpet clean, because we already have an agreement that I will do that.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
You're square. Your chair was squeaking. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, nothing. I was being inappropriate. But the thing that bothers me, I mean, the whole case bothers me, but he seems like a sweet kid, like a very mild-mannered, well-mannered, sweet kid. And it just like irks me even more with Pam that I think she saw that. I think she saw she could take advantage of him, that he is a very sweet kid. And it just makes me believe that she is right where she needs to be, even more. Hey, Shinny.
Shinny's like, now you know why I call her 1776. Yeah. She said the second one was correct, but I can't remember which one I said the second time. Hadel or Heidel? Heidel for 2 and Hadel for 1. Put that in the chat.
There you go. All right, I'm going to keep this rolling because this one's a little bit longer. Got about an hour left.
So if somebody did see me, I wouldn't be that easy to describe afterwards.
Say you got anything else?
Well, she said use a gun.
Now, when you were first talking about this, I mean, did the plan come out with one conversation, 2 conversations, or something that was
Over a series of conversations.
And as you were having these conversations, were you talking to anybody else about it?
Well, Cecilia Pierce was there at some conversations.
And what was Cecilia Pierce saying during these conversations?
Not much. She's saying, you know, why do you waste your time? There's nothing to do with it. She didn't say that much. She had told me where I could obtain a firearm.
Okay, before we get to that, let me ask you, when she said, why are you wasting your time, he's never really going to do it, she referred to you?
Yeah.
Why are you saying that about you?
Objection, speculation. Abstain.
Did she tell you why you're saying that about you?
Objection, just said. Abstain.
What did Pam say to that? If anything?
Well, I think it's like Cecilia saying, why are you wasting your time? Is anything to do with it? Like that, to just, I don't know.
I'm gonna object, Your Honor, again, it's hearsay. Abstain.
Well, was this in the presence of the defendant?
Yes, it was.
The defendant, I would argue it's not in the presence of the defendant, we have a reaction from the defendant.
Well, maybe we should approach him and hang off. Well, no need to abstain, only.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Objection sustained.
All right, after this conversation with Cecilia and Pam, did you talk to anybody else about the murder plans?
Pete, JR.
And what was their reaction?
I thought that was crazy.
And when you first were talking to Pete and JR, did they offer any assistance?
No.
No. You said a moment earlier that Cecilia had given some information. What information did she give you?
Objection, hearsay. Abstain.
Did you ever look for a gun?
Yes, it is.
And where did you look for a gun?
At Park Papa Gino's, Cecilia Pierce told me that she knew that there was a lady that had a gun. She overheard her talking in a glove compartment. But I was going to get it in the area because she was going to give it to someone to hold for her. So
Who was gonna give it to someone to hold for?
the lady came over the car with the gun.
So who was telling you to hurry up?
Just so there's
Where was all this taking place that she was telling you this?
community center.
Now, about what time of year was
Time of year.
Was it close to May 1st, close to April 1st, close to March?
March sometime.
And with that information, what did you do?
Well, JR drove me over to Papagino's. I got out of the car and she sort of told me it was a cranberry colored car. I found the car and I opened the door, opened the glove compartment, and there wasn't a gun in there. I got in the seats, there wasn't a gun in there, so I just left in front of me.
Did you ever look anyone that Cecilia had directed you?
No, but she told me that her father had guns in his house, and breaking in his house.
Now, did you ever attempt to kill Gregory Smart?
Yes.
Can you tell me about the very first time?
All right, well, Pam had a meeting that night, and she told me, all right, I had a meeting for tonight because I had a meeting, right? She told me Gregg got home around 9 o'clock.
I just asked you to slow down and speak more to the mic. Starting the trip.
And, she said he got home around 9 o'clock, went through the plan again. But I didn't have a car, I didn't have a gun, right? So, I told her that. She said, I'll hurry up and get one by tonight, because you tonight. I didn't think she was, I thought she wanted to do it, but I didn't think she'd be, if it didn't happen, I didn't think she'd be mad and like that, it just never happened.
So where was she telling you that tonight was a good night to do it? Where was this conversation taking place?
This conversation at the media center, and I was standing by the lobbies with JR, and she came over and she told me that she had unlocked the bulkhead and it was open.
Now, when she told you that tonight would be a good night, was this after or before you went to Papagino's to try and get a gun?
Before. I mean, it was after. I went to Papagino's before then.
Okay, now besides going to Papagino's, did you do anything else during this time period to try and find a gun?
In this time period?
Yeah, before this first night.
No, I didn't.
Now, when she was telling you tonight would be a good night, did you have a car or a gun lined up?
No, I didn't.
What were you telling to her when she was saying, tonight's a good night, I'll do the meeting, et cetera, et cetera?
No, I said, all right, I'll try. I'll try to get everything. And I had no intention of going up and killing Gregg Smart.
Why did you have no intention of going up and killing Gregg Smart?
It's not something I wanted to do for one thing. And I didn't think she'd be mad or anything if I didn't. I would just, things would go on as they always had.
When you say things would go on as they always have, what did you mean by that?
She'd be coming down on the weekends to see me, and I'd be able to go up to her house for Gregg's away.
So, did you ever express to her that you had no intention to kill Gregory Smart at that time?
No,
What were you saying to her?
I was saying, all right, I'll go ahead.
So after you said that to her on this day, by the way, do you know what day this was?
What day this was?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what month it was?
March, I believe.
Why do you say I believe?
It just comes to mind.
Okay. And what happened that night?
Well, I didn't go up or anything, and she was at the media center, and I was supposed to call her after I had gone up and come back. But I didn't go up and come back, so I just called her and I said, well,
Where'd you call her from?
my house.
So you never went to Derry?
Oh, no.
You just went home?
Yeah.
How long did you wait before you called?
Until my mother was in bed.
How late was that?
It was dark at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock right on there.
So what'd you do?
And the meeting was over and she was in the office typing on the computer. She was by herself.
What'd you do?
Well, I called her and I said, well, I couldn't get a car. So I had to go up. And she she snapped on me. She started getting extremely angry.
And when you say you didn't have a car, did you have a gun?
No.
Did you have any weapon at all?
No.
When you say she snapped, what do you mean?
Well, she snapped. I said, well, I don't have a gun, I don't have a car, so I didn't do anything for her. And she started yelling at me. She was saying, you don't love me. If you did, you'd do this for me, because it's the only way we can be together. And if you love me, you want us to be together. And she said that, I know you're never gonna do it. She goes, you don't have any intention of doing this, and I can't go on seeing you like this when I know that we're never gonna be able to be really together. And I had gotten really upset at this point. We're never gonna be able to be really together. And I had gotten really upset at this point. And she said, so that's it, it's over between us. And I don't know.
What do you mean by you got really upset at this point?
Well, I was upset, I was crying.
And what was Pam's tone of voice like?
She was mad, angry.
Did you ever seen her like that before?
No, not at all.
Did you ever hear her like that before?
No.
So after you hung up on the phone, what did you think was going on?
Well, I thought that was it between me and her. Thought she didn't want to see anything.
So tell us what happened after that.
And well, I went to school the next day, and Cecilia came over and said, Pam wants to talk to you. And so I went to the meeting center, and she said, no, don't worry about it, I've got another meeting coming up, we can do it then. So it was all right, me and Don.
Now, when was
She said
this
she was sorry she got married.
Sorry?
She said she was sorry she got married.
And when was this conversation with her?
This one here,
Yeah.
the day after, I called her.
Did you have school that day?
Yes, I did.
So the night of the meeting was school night?
Or Sunday.
Night before there was
So,
school.
yeah, it was a school night.
Now, how did you know that she wanted to talk to you?
Cecilia told me. She came over, Cecilia came over to my locker, and I was standing there, and she said, Pam wants to talk to you after school. So it's because I hadn't got over during the study periods that day.
Why did you go over during the study period?
Because she said that was it, she didn't want to see me anymore.
How did that make you feel when she said, I don't want to see you anymore?
Not very good.
What do you mean by not very good?
I mean, I don't know, sad.
No. I'm sorry?
Surprised.
After she told you there was another meeting, what, if anything, did you do?
I said, all right.
All right, what?
I said, all right, I can do it.
So what'd you do?
Well, at this point, that's when I started getting serious about it, because I thought that if I do something like not go up anything again, she's gonna leave me, and that's gonna be it. So this is the time that I started really talking to Jay and Pete about it.
Anybody else?
Raymond Thumb.
Now, if you weren't serious about it, why did you go look for a gun at Papa Gino's?
So I can show the gun, show her I'm doing something.
Why did you want to show her the gun to show her you were doing something?
So she'd know that I was, going along with it and everything, that I wasn't, just sitting there doing nothing, because I didn't want her to get, stay mad, like that.
So when you started talking to JR and Pete and Raymond's father, what happened with those discussions?
Well, JR and Pete still refused to help me. They still said I was crazy. But Raymond, I told Raymond, Pam said, if you have anything in the house, she's insured. And I told him about the camera stereo and everything. And he agreed to help. He said, all right. He said he'd do it.
Jackson here saying, Sustain, we'll take a short recess.
May I continue, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
What did you say to Raymond's father to recruit?
Right, well, I told him what the situation was, about how great they did, and I told him about Pam and everything. And I told him that Pam said that if he helped me out, he can have anything in the house. no stereo system, any speakers, VCR, TV, anything, because she's insured. And he said, all right, and he'd help me.
Now, did you discuss with Pam that you were involved in Raymond Fowler?
I think I did, yes.
How did she react to that?
How did she react?
Right.
Well, I remember her saying, what are your friends thinking of me like this, because they don't know the situation. And said, I explained everything to them. So they didn't think anything bad about it.
You said this to Pam.
Yeah.
Now, once you said this to Raymond Fowler, did he discuss the plan with you at all?
Did he? And he said, said first of all, he didn't want me to be there because I'd be the first person that they'd suspect if afterwards I was still seeing Pam and everything. And he said that his father used to be a police officer, but he's deceased now, and he had a gun that we can use. So we went to his house to look for the gun up in the attic and down in the cellar. We couldn't find it, so he said, well, we'll just use a knife instead.
And what attempts, if any, did you make to find a knife?
His brother Bob had some knives and we even got one from there.
And where was his brother's knives?
In Raymond's room. Because I think all Bob's stuff was in there because I think Raymond had just got back from Brentwood.
When you say Raymond had just gotten back from Brentwood, what do you mean?
From being in jail.
So Raymond had just gotten out of jail?
I believe so, I'm not positive.
You know what he was in jail for?
Yeah, he was in jail for theft.
Now, besides, well, let me back up. When he said he didn't want you to even be there, where were you going to be when he was doing this?
Looking out for him.
And how are you going to be looking out for him?
Like making sure no one went to the condo or being outside on there.
And how are you going to get to the condo?
Well, I told Pam, I said, all right, he's going to help me. His father has a gun that we're looking for, but we still don't have a car. Pam didn't have a car either. And she said, well, if you have to, you can use mine, because we didn't want to do that because, her car would be recognized.
Why would her car be recognized?
And Honda, Silver, CRX, and her license plate says Halen on it.
And what's Halen a reference to?
Van Halen.
A music group?
Yes.
How did you feel about using your car?
And at that point, I didn't want to, but she suggested it, so all right.
Now, besides getting Raymond Fowler's knife, his brother's knife, what other plans did you and Raymond discuss?
Raymond told me that don't wear any of your sneakers because the police can make plaster molds of sneaker prints. So he had some old sneakers, and we each got a pair of those. And around that time as well, as far as doing preparation. Oh, we went to my house too and got black clothes and stuff.
And where'd you put all these clothes in your car?
In a duffel bag.
What kind of duffel bag?
Black and red duffel bag.
And what did you actually put in there?
Those sneakers, a pair of black sweatpants, a pair of gray sweatpants, a black winter jacket, and like a black sweatshirt.
How soon in time was it after the first attempt where you did nothing, was this going on with Raymond?
How soon after the first attempt? Well,
You know,
this was around the end of April with Raymond and him, so it was quite a while.
1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you know.
Maybe a month, maybe less, a little less.
Do you know what day you're talking about?
100?
Do you know what day it was?
What day it was specifically? I think it was like a week before May 1st, week and a half.
You guessing?
Yes, well, that's approximate.
Now, any other preparations that you and Raymond did before the night?
Well, that night, Pam told me that she left the bulkhead door open, and then she had a meeting that night, and she had the keys in her car, and all we had to do was go there and pick up the car there. And,
She left the keys in her car where?
in the ignition.
I know, but where was her car?
So, well, the media center parking lot, you've got the school parking lot, and you've got the media center parking lot, and there's one space you can park in back of the media center. It's right by the back door, and the car was right there.
Before we get to that night, was there anything else that you and Raymond had done prior to that night?
Prior to that night, besides the ride up, no.
All right, now, let's tell us about that night. How did you get to Pam's car?
Well, Vance, Pete, myself, Danny Blake, Raymond Fowler, and Chris Martell had gone up to the mall, going with the Haverhill to get some money from Wayne Ackerman because we were buying concert tickets, and Wayne wanted us to buy tickets for him. So we went up to get his money. I don't think he had it though. And we went to the Newington Mall, I believe it was. It's right next to the Foxhound Mall to get concert tickets.
Anything particular you remember about the ride, either there or to the media center?
On the way back from the mall, yeah.
What was going on?
All right, well, we were driving back, and Pete moved some lady in High Rock or the TA, can't remember what it was.
You say a hot rock?
No, High Rock. High Rock.
Type car.
Camaro.
And the TA is what?
Trans Am.
Okay.
It was some girl that was in one of those, and he moved her. And it was, I remember that from way back.
So what time of day was it that you were being driven to the car after the mall?
Time, say about 5 o'clock.
In the afternoon?
Yeah.
So what time did you get to the media center? Do you know?
Around 5:30, I'd say.
Can you tell us what you did? Well, let me back up. Who was driving the car?
Chris Martell.
You were all in the same, all in one car?
Yeah.
What kind of car was it?
Like a Lynx or something like that. It was a small car.
Was it crowded?
Very.
Did JR and Pete know what was going on that night?
Yes, they did.
So what happened when you got to the media center?
Well, on the way back, after Pete had done everything that, Pete said, Raymond said, to Chris drop us off the media center because we have to film the meeting for Pam, film something for Pam, something like that. So Chris dropped us off the media center, and they left, and Raymond and I got in the car, and I was driving at this point. I got in the car
And where was the car parked?
behind the media center.
Did you go into the media center at all?
Did I go into the media center? No. But there was, on the top floor, the windows were open, and I knew there was a meeting going on because I heard people talking.
Now, when you go into the media center, to go to the defendant's office, you have to go downstairs, is that correct?
Yeah, you go in the door downstairs, or sometimes I go around back.
Now, if you were to go upstairs once you enter the media center, what's up there?
It's not the media center. It's I don't really know what it is. It's like the school administration office or something like that.
So the media center only really refers to Pam's offices and space downstairs, is that
Yes.
correct? Now, when you got in her car, was her car unlocked or locked?
It was unlocked.
And were there any other cars in the SAU 21 parking lot, if you recall?
Yes, I believe there were.
And what happens when you get into Pam's car?
Alright, well, I got into the car and I turned the ignition, and there was a cassette that I had made and gave to him in the cassette player and radio. And it was already play. All that had to happen was turn the key for the car. So I didn't know the tape was in there. And I turned the key, and Black and Blue started coming from Van Halen.
Is this the same song you referred to before?
Yes, it is.
Now, where did you get the key from to start Pam Smart's car?
It was left in the ignition.
You were driving?
Yes.
Do you have a license?
No.
You're 16 at this time?
At this time, I believe my birthday just passed, yes.
Now, after you started the car, Raymond was with you?
Yes, it was.
Where'd you go next?
From there, we drove to my house to get the clothes in the duffel bag, and from my house on, Raymond was driving.
So you switched to your house?
Yeah,
Now, when you went to your house, you got the duffel bag. Is this the duffel bag you referred to before?
yeah, with the sweatpants and everything.
And then what?
Alright, well, we started driving up towards Derry, but we stopped at Freedom Drug in Seabrook. Because part of the plan is to get some gloves, so we wouldn't leave any fingerprints.
Whose idea was that?
And it's Smart's idea. But she said if we did leave any fingerprints, that she could just say that I was there before, because I had gone up one time prior to the time that I spent the night. And I believe, what I remember is that it was to film Gregg on his ATV motorcycle for part of our commercial, but he never showed up. So.
Now, did you ever wear gloves before?
And I never wore gloves like before in my life.
In doing something criminal?
Oh, no.
And then your friend?
At this time, no.
Pete ever?
Not at this time, no.
You see him after that time?
Yeah.
Now, what kind of gloves did you buy at Freedom Drug?
Like latex gloves, surgical gloves.
How many gloves did you buy?
I bought like 6 pair. I told him it was, I don't know, from like the Magic Trick, I think it was.
You told who did you tell this to?
The people that were working there, because they didn't sell them like in a package or anything. They were in a brown paper bag that I guess they used for when they handled the pills or whatever. Because I remember there was a guy and a girl there, and the guy asked the girl, how much should you charge him for these? She said 10 cents a pair. I said, I don't know, take 6 pairs.
Why'd you buy so many?
I don't know. I was trying not to look suspicious, I guess.
Now, where was the knife at this time?
Raymond had it.
And did Raymond have the knife with him at the mall?
At the mall, no.
So how did you get the knife?
When we went from his house to my house the first time, not with Pam's car, but before that, he had the knife and he put it in the duffel bag.
So when you grabbed the duffel bag that night after leaving the media center, SAU 21 center, the knife was already in the bag.
Yeah.
So after you went to Freedom Drug and bought the gloves, what happened next?
Well, we started going towards Derry.
And what happened on the way to Derry, if anything?
Well, on the way to Derry, I started getting scared because it looked like Raymond was going to go through this.
Why did you think Raymond was going to go through this?
Well, we were driving up to Derry.
Wasn't the whole point to go through with this?
Yeah, but I wanted to do it all the way up to the point when I was doing it.
Why?
I didn't want to kill Gregg.
So why did you go through all this planning you told us about?
Because I was afraid Pam was going to leave me if I said, no, I'm not going to do this.
Pam ever tell you she was leaving?
Well, from the first time I called her, she got really mad at me and she said that was it. I sort of assumed.
So when you thought Raymond was really going to go through with this, what if anything happened?
Well, on the way up to Derry, the road splits into two. And you go straight, you go to Derry, you turn right, and you go to Raymond. And I told him to turn right.
To go towards Raymond?
And
Why did you tell him that?
I saw him get lost.
You wanted to get lost?
Yes, I did.
So what happened?
Well, we started going, and he was saying, well, I don't see any signs to say Derry or anything. And I said, well, I don't recognize anything, I guess we're lost. So he said, all right, we'll stop at a gas station. So we stopped at a Gulf station. I think it was a Gulf station, I know it's a gas station. And asked for directions, and the guy told him how to get to Derry. So we got back in the car and started driving towards Derry again.
Now, what was the plan going to be when you got to Derry? What was the plan for when you got to Derry?
The same one Pam had told us to do. Except for we didn't have a gun.
And where were you gonna park?
At the plaza.
So you were gonna take her car and park at the plaza behind your house?
Behind her house? No, there's the plaza. Well, yeah, the plaza is behind the house, but it's not right behind the house.
So after you went to the gas station, what happened next?
Well, eventually got to dairy. And I said, all right, we'll drive through the complex. Well, you know, if she's not there or anything like that. So we drive through the complex and I said, well, his truck was there. So I said, his truck's there, we can't do it. He's home.
When you say you should drive through the complex, what complex are you talking about?
Well, like, we're Misty Morning Drive to the condo complex with Pamela and stuff.
Were you able to find Misty Morning Drive?
Yeah, I know it was.
And when you drive through the complex, you said you saw Gregg's truck?
Yeah.
How did you know what truck was Gregg's?
Pam had driven it to the, she had used it to go to the media center to work, you know, I've seen the truck before.
So the truck wasn't a stranger to you?
No.
So when you saw the truck, what happened next?
Well, I told him, you know, Gregg's home, we can't do it, we have to leave. So he said, well, let's make sure, right? So we parked at some building across it's pretty much across the street from Pam's. It's like, I don't even know what kind of building it is, but so we walked to the back of her house and upstairs for the bedroom, his light was on, and I said, see, the bedroom's light on, he's home.
Well, now you parked at this building across the street from Pam's, is that right?
Yeah.
And did you see, if you were standing at Pam's doorstep, would you be able to see Pam's car?
Well, there were trees in front of the parking lot. We parked behind those trees.
Now, when you parked behind those trees, what did you do?
We got out.
Did you change or anything like that?
Oh no.
What did you do?
Started walking.
Yeah, Ronnie, I was actually reading that earlier.
Interesting.
Yeah, moved to Maine with his wife that he did while incarcerated.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye, Luca. Have a good night. Hope you feel better.
Bye, Luca.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And because I was trying to. I don't have the notes in front of me.
Oh, Cheyenne, so don't I. So don't I. I wish you had one of those as well. That would be really awesome.
Can't do anything here.
I love it. That's amazing. Oh my god.
We got
Oh my
like
God.
30 more minutes, and I got a lifetime of stalker.
Oh god.
Walking over to Pam's house, went behind Pam's house, and I said, see the lights on upstairs, that means he's home.
How close to Pam's house did you get that you were able to walk behind it?
Right behind it.
Did anyone bother you or stop you?
No, I didn't see anybody.
Was it light out, dark out?
It was dark out.
If Gregg Smart was already home, how did that thwart your plans?
Pardon me?
If he was already home, how did that thwart your plans?
Well, if he was home, then we couldn't go in and make it look like a burglary or anything.
So as part of your plan, you had to get there before him?
Yeah, that's what Pam said to do.
So what time of night was it at this point?
At this point,
Yep.
well, it was 9:30, 10.
So after you realized he was home, what did you do?
I went back to we drove back to the plaza, and there's phone booths outside of the grocery store there. And I went in the plaza and changed, I got some change. And I went back and I called the media center.
So when you say you drove over to the plaza, did you first go back to her car?
Yeah,
And then you drove over to the plaza?
yeah,
Did you make this phone call?
yeah.
And tell us what the conversation was like on the phone at that time.
Well, she was nervous because I said, we got here and he's home, and we couldn't do it because he's home. She said, all right, just hurry up and get back here. She didn't sound mad or anything. She sounded like nervous. She said that someone come in her office, in her office there's you have her office, when you walk in the door, there's file cabinets on the back wall. And there's her office, and the computer's here, and there's a bookshelf right here. And there's a space between the wall and the bookshelf on the opposite side of the desk. And she said she had gone behind there because someone had come in the office and went through her desk. And I remember she said, because some letters, that we wrote back and forth to each other, were in her desk, and I remember saying that she wondered if anyone had read them because this person had just come in and went through her desk.
Now, what would be wrong with her being seen at the media center if there was a meeting that night?
Well, her car wasn't there for one thing, and if we had gone through with it, and just someone could say, well, she was here and her car wasn't here, and if her car was seen in Derry or whatever.
So what happened after the phone call?
Well, she said, hurry up and go to the end, pick her up. So we left Derry and went to the SAU 21 building, the PAMs.
When you got to the SAU 21 building, was there anybody else there?
Just Pam.
Did you go inside the building at all?
No, when we pulled up, she came in.
When she came out, what happened next?
Got in the car. Oh, I was in the passenger seat, Raymond was driving, and she was in the back middle. It doesn't have any back seats. And we were driving away from there. And she asked what happened and everything, and said, well, he was home when we got there. We got lost, right? So she said, how'd you get lost? You know the way you've been there before. And I said, well, I don't know, we just got lost. And she said, she didn't seem very mad or anything, so I figured that, this is good. So we dropped Raymond off. Well, first she said, where's the gun? And Raymond held up the knife, and I remember she said, you're gonna do it with a knife? She wasn't too happy about that.
And when she said you were going to do it with the knife, what did you or Raymond say to her?
Raymond said it was quiet, and that's why we used the knife.
And what did she say to that, if anything?
It's just, I can't believe you're gonna use the knife.
Up to that point, you discussed with the defendant what weapon you used that night?
She said use a gun.
Did she know, did you ever have any discussions with her whether or not you actually had a gun that night?
For that night,
That's right.
I told her that Raymond's father had one when we were going for that.
So what happened after Raymond showed the defendant the knife?
After that conversation right there,
Yeah, was anything else said at that time in the car?
well, she just told us again about the guy that, or whoever it was, that had come in the office and then went to the desk. And then we went back and dropped Raymond off. Then she started getting mad.
What did she say after you had dropped Raymond off?
We dropped Raymond off, and she said, she was saying, how the hell do you get lost? You've been there before, you know the way, and plus she had written out directions before and told me to memorize them. And so, what she was saying is that you knew the way, and you don't love me, and you got lost on purpose, and if you love me, you do this because you want to be with me. Okay.
And what did you say to her when she was saying this to you?
I told her I did love her. I loved her very much. And,
Did you love her very much at that point?
yes, I did.
So what did you say to her after saying you loved her?
Well, she said that she had another meeting, so that was the last meeting that was May 1st, so I'd have to attend, or that was it.
Now, how close was Raymond father to you?
How close? About 5 miles away, 4 miles.
And after dropping Raymond father off, did you stop anywhere before you were dropped off?
No, she dropped me off at my house, so she dropped me off on the road that goes up to my house.
Why?
Someone would see her, and then,
What would be wrong with your mother seeing her?
well, she knew we were together that late at night, and, I don't think we'd be working on OJ if we were sure that late at night. So.
Did it upset you that the defendant was mad at you that night?
Yeah.
Why did it upset you?
I didn't want her angry at me. Just, it hurt.
Now, you said something about that she'd given you directions. Where did that take place?
In the media center, I believe, or at the school library. Those are the two places that come to mind.
Tell us how that was done.
Yeah. Well, I went over to the media center and we were talking about directions on how to get there. And she had written them all down for me. She said, memorize this and then throw it away because it was in her handwriting. So I told her that I memorized them, but I didn't. I just kept the paper.
Is anybody else present when you had this discussion with the defendant about directions?
Cecilia Pierce, it wasn't the media center.
I'm sorry, you're saying now it wasn't the media
Yeah,
center?
it was, I remember.
Did Cecilia Pierce take part at all in this discussion at this time?
I think she was just there.
Did you try to memorize it?
Yeah, because I was there and I was reading it over and over and over, trying to memorize it. The only things I can remember easily, like sheet music and song lyrics, and so I told her, all right, I memorized them and I do the paper away, like the next day, because I'd taken it, and but I didn't, I kept it.
Do you have a lousy memory?
Yeah.
Now, she said there was another meeting coming up on May 1st. What did you say to that?
The night that she was dropping me off.
Yeah.
And I promised her I'd do it then. Told her, I was wanting to be with her. And I'd do this so I could be with her.
After that night, what steps did you take planning for May 1st?
Well, after this night, JR and Pete had agreed to go, help me out with it. So, but they wanted, but I told Pam, I said, because they asked, what are they, what can we have out of this? And I told them, getting anything from the house. And I told them that Pam would probably give them like $1,000 each.
And you said this to who?
Jeremy.
And what had they asked you to make you say that?
Well, they'd asked me, what are they going to get from this?
Now, was this after the second attempt when you found Gregg Smart already home?
Yeah.
No. When you told them that you'd probably give them, how much money did you say?
$1,000 each.
Why did you come up with that $1,000 figure?
I don't know. Just the figure that came up.
Is that your figure?
Yes, it was.
Did you ever have discussions with Gregg Smart about that $1,000?
Yeah, like either that day or the next day.
What'd you say to him?
I told Pam, I said, well, they're going to help me with this, and I told them that you'd probably give me $1,000 each. Is that all right? She said that wasn't all right because she said people get caught when they hire people, to kill someone for them because what happens is when they get the insurance money or there'll be large amounts of money taken out of the checking account or whatever that is unaccounted for. And that's how they get counts. Because she said that $2,000 was too much money to have unaccounted for.
So what did she say?
She said $500 each would be all right.
And did you convey that information to Pete and JR?
Yes, I did.
Now, was there any particular day where JR and Pete said, okay, we'll help? How did that come about?
I don't remember how that came about, but they had agreed to help.
Now, up to this point, had they known and just discussed with you what you were trying to do?
Yeah.
But where were these, once they said they would help, what planning or conversations did you have with Pete and JR?
Well, they'd already known the plan, because I've discussed it before. But JR said agreed to let us use his father's gun.
And where were these conversations taking place?
JR's house,
Where in JR's house would they take place?
his room,
And who would be present for these conversations?
me, JR, Pete, I think Raymond was a couple times.
Now, were you as close to Raymond as you are to JR and Pete?
No.
Was there anybody else ever over at JR's house when these conversations would take place?
These conversations,
Yeah,
besides Raymond and
Right.
Pete and JR,
yeah.
myself, that's about it.
I mean, was the defendant ever over at JR's house before we were discussing this?
Well, she was over there. We went over there a few times, but I don't think ever to discuss this.
You never discussed it with the defendant, with JR, Pete, and Raymond at JR's house?
No.
Besides this discussion at JR's house, you discussed it anywhere else?
Yeah, the media center, and JR was present at that time. He would come over with me every once in a while, once a week, twice a week, maybe like that. And because Pam wasn't comfortable talking about it in front of other people, but she talked about it for the
What about Cecilia?
from day one. She talked about it for Cecilia.
How did you feel about the defendant talking in front of Cecilia?
I didn't like it because I didn't trust Cecilia.
Why did you trust Cecilia?
I just didn't.
Did you ever express that to the defendant?
Yeah.
What did she say?
She said Cecilia will never tell anybody.
Now,
Not the word.
what kind of conversations were you having in JR's room with Pete, JR, and sometimes Raymond?
Well, go over the plan, say, this is how, it's gotta be done. And then, like, the two problems were getting a car and getting a gun.
Now, when you say go over the plan, whose plan was it?
And the plan was there since the Pam had said this is how we should do it.
Did Pete and JR offer alternative ideas?
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, Jared didn't want his father's gun used. So, because of a ballistics test, because he said he couldn't get rid of the gun afterwards, have to put it back. So, someone suggested the use of a knife.
Okay, now let's talk about it. What attempts besides what you told us earlier, that Papa G and JR's father's gun were made by you to get guns or any gun?
Well, we had discussed where we could get a gun. And, someone we knew from Haverhill was brought up.
What do you mean by he was brought up?
He was just brought up, he said maybe he can get us a gun.
And who was that person?
Zeppelin was his name.
So when Zeppelin was brought up, what happened after that?
Well, we had, Pete and myself had talked to him and said, we think he can get us a gun. He was over 18 for one thing, and he could buy a gun, maybe. He said, well, it's going to cost at least $200. And we didn't have $200, so I said, well, all right, I'll talk to you later. And I went to Pam and I said, well, he can get us a gun, but it's going to cost $200. And she didn't want to pay $200.
And where was this conversation taking place?
Between Pete, myself, and
No, I'm sorry, you and the defendant.
Media center.
Sorry?
Media center.
You know if anybody else was present?
That's Cecilia Pierce, I believe. I'm not positive.
Now, besides Zeppelin, anywhere else?
I don't believe so.
And what was the plan for clothing?
Same as before.
And where was all this clothing at this time?
My house in the bunk bag.
Everything was the same condition it was in the last time you tried?
Yeah.
And where was Pam going to be that night?
Meeting.
Where was this meeting going to be?
Either at the school or at the media center. Pretty sure it was the media center. So I think it was a continuation from last time.
And how were you going to get into 4 Misty Morning Drive?
Well, May 1st, in school, me and J.R. were at my locker, and she had come up to me and she said, all right, well, I left bulkhead door open, so they'd be able to get in.
And was that always part of the plan?
Yeah.
Now, you said a moment ago that there was some discussion about using a knife.
Yeah.
Now, was this discussion taking place at JR's?
I believe it was, yeah.
And why was there discussion about using a knife?
Because Jared didn't want to use his father's gun.
And what was the reason JR gave you for not using his father's gun?
Because if they did a ballistics check on the bullet and it ever came back to us, they'd know that it was from a 38 and that Jared's father has a 38.
So why didn't you just go out and buy it?
They didn't have the money, and they won't give us $600 because they'd be more money on accounted for.
And why would you want to use a knife? Is there any other reasons, I mean, besides the ballistic test you referred to?
I believe someone suggested that it was quieter when making noise.
Now, you said earlier that they could have whatever they could take out of the house.
Yes,
You said they could have $500 apiece.
yes,
What were you going to be paid?
nothing.
Why not?
Because I wasn't doing it for money or can't stay at the system or whatever.
Why were you doing it?
Well, because I love Pam and I wanted to be with Pam.
Well, where was this money going to come from?
The $500,
Yeah.
insurance.
Do you know how much insurance the defendant had?
Before May 1st, I believe she said there was one insurance policy for $90,000. But
And?
after May 1st, like a week after May 1st, May 8th, Pam had come up to me in Jared school. It was the second time I saw her since it happened. And she had told me, she said, I can't believe it. There was two insurance policies, one for $90,000 and one for $50,000. And she said, don't worry about anything, everything's going to plan. Because what the plan was, is afterwards she was going to move down closer to me so she could be.
So when she told you there's two insurance policies, was $90,000 and $50,000, total $140,000?
Yes.
Besides the defendant telling you that things were bad between her and Gregg, do you ever hear or see anything for yourself?
Heard, yeah.
What do you mean by you heard?
One time, Greg would usually call her around noontime almost every day. And one time, we were over to school, and she'd come over to school and we were talking, and we went back to the media center. I was there, JR was there, Celia was there, Pam was there. And Greg called, and she put it on intercom.
What do you mean by intercom?
Well, her office phone has an intercom button, so you push intercom and you can hear both sides of the conversation.
What was being said between them at that time?
Well, I remember he said, I called 15 minutes ago, where the hell were you? She said, what do you care? He said, well, I can't remember what he said after that. They just got into a big argument, yelling at each other back and forth. And he said something like, well, what do you want to do us? And she said, well, maybe I do. Something like that, and hung up. But then he called back, I believe, and she didn't put it on intercom this time. And I don't know, I think they worked things out or whatever.
Did she say anything after this phone call?
Yeah, she said, now you see why now I gotta have this done. This is how he treats me all the time.
Now, when was this conversation in relationship to the attempts you talked about so far, do you know?
Before the attempt agreement.
All right, was it before or after the first attempt you had?
After the first attempt. And before the second attempt agreement.
Now, to your knowledge, have you ever seen J. Howard and Cecilia talk about the murder of Gregg Smart?
No.
Were you and J. Howard and Cecilia friends?
No, I don't know.
Besides this, the direction conversation you spoke about, and the speakerphone conversation, do you remember any other times when Cecilia was present? You talked about the plans?
About the plan itself,
Yeah.
there's a great deal.
Great deal of one time or a great deal of times?
Great deal of times.
You mean a few times, what are you trying to say?
More than a few times.
And what was Cecilia's role in all these discussions?
Besides the time that she told me, where I could get a gun and everything, it's nothing,
She's just there. Now, you mentioned that you slept over the defendant's house. Just a minute. Besides that one night of going over the directions, that one day of going in the directions of the media center, were you ever in Pam's car when you discussed direction?
Not that I can remember. I remember one time on May 1st, after school, I went to JR's house.
Okay, you're talking about May 1st, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. Did you ever go and see the plaza before the murder, besides now you were there at Raymond Fowler?
I'm not objecting to the nature of the leading questions.
All right. Now, you've been to the defendant's house one time when you slept over and you saw this movie, correct?
Yes.
Have you ever been there after that?
I spent the night a second time.
Okay. Had you ever seen the plaza before May 1st?
Yeah.
Can you tell us when you seen it before May 1st?
I believe I saw it the first time I went up. And the second time I went up, there was Easter stuff in the stores. So it was around Easter.
Was it before or after Easter, do you know?
I believe it was after Easter. It was just like stuff left over from Easter in the stores.
And what happened at that time?
Well, I was going to spend the night over at Pam's house. And we went to the plaza to get, I don't know, something. But as we were going through, she's saying that this is, you can change over there and then you drive through here and show them what to do.
Now, who was in the car with you at this time?
Cecilia, myself, and Pam.
When you said she could change, she said you could change over here, what was she referring to?
Behind the plaza, there was a bunch of dumpsters.
Did she pick out any particular dumpster?
No, she said over there.
And what else was said at that time, if anything?
Oh yeah, and she said you can go right up through the field, because there's a field right there. We'll go right to a house. And that's all.
Tell us about the last time you were at the defendant's house before May 1st.
Well, it's pretty much like the first time that I spent the night. Rented some movies. I believe we went to the movies too. We saw Pretty Woman.
Where was Gregg at this time? If you know.
Oh, it was either Atlantic City or Rhode Island.
Why do you say either Atlantic City or Rhode Island?
Those are two places I remember him going on like business trips or something.
And
Or Connecticut. To Rhode Island and Connecticut, I think.
was this during the week or the weekend?
During the week.
And who was with you?
Up at Pam's house.
That's right.
Cecilia, Pierce, Pam, and stuff.
And when you say it was pretty much like the last time, what did you guys do at your house?
Well, we rented movies like before. We watched one movie, UHF, I think it was. And Pam and I went upstairs like before.
Did you spend the night?
Yes.
Now, do you know how long Gregg was waiting for at this time?
No,
And how many, did you stay over just one night, 2 nights, do you know?
One night and the next day, but I didn't spend the night. Because, no, I think it was just one night. Because I know I went to school the next day, and I called my mom from school because I phoned me and said, and I told her, I figured she wanted to know why I didn't come home last night, so. I just told her that I went to a party and everyone was too drunk to drive, so I spent the night there.
Now, getting back, do you know how long before May 1st this was?
It wasn't very long before me first day also, but I couldn't give a date.
Going back to May 1st, did you ever finally decide on a gun or a knife?
I had wanted to use the gun, so we got the gun. JR got the gun from his father.
When was it decided that you would use JR's father's gun?
I don't know.
Months before, weeks before?
I think a week before.
And how was it decided?
I don't know, just real decided.
Did you ever see JR's father's gun?
Yeah, I've seen it before.
What kind of gun was
A small handgun,
it? What other kind of guns did JR's father have?
22 target pistol, 357 rifle, muzzleloader. I believe 2 30-30 rifles, shotgun. That's about it.
And what made you decide on this particular gun?
Well, it was a handgun, and the 22 had been brought up before, but JR said that I'd probably have to shoot him more than once with the 22, and I said, I don't want that. And I asked him with the 38, what kind of bullets to use, and he said, well, hollow tip bullets will be quickest and painless, so we decided on hollow tip bullets.
What do you mean by painless?
So we wouldn't, so it'd just be over.
What transportation were you going to use?
JR's grandmother's car, named Paula.
And why were you going to use JR's grandmother's car?
Because that's the only car we had, didn't want to use Pam's car.
Why didn't you want to use Pam's car?
Because it's too, I don't know, well known, there, didn't want it to be recognized.
Used it once before?
Yeah, but that was because that was our only choice.
And when was it decided you would use JR's grandmother's car?
I don't know, I guess around the same time as we decided on the gun.
And do you have any recollection as to when that was?
The week before May 1st.
And where was JR's grandmother's car normally kept?
Here you go.
Now, what about bullets and ammunition?
All right, well, when we decided on the hollow tips, we needed someone to get them. And we didn't have any money, so we needed money to get them. So I told Pam that JR had agreed to let me use his father's gun, and I told her that I needed money for the bullet cells, she didn't have any money. So we went to the bank, bank right in Hampton by the movie theater, and she got $30. Well, I think it was more than $30, but she asked me how much the bullets would be, and I said around $30, because I didn't know how much it cost. I didn't think it'd be more than $30. So she gave me $30 to buy the bullets.
When was it that you bought bullets, you know?
The day before May 1st.
And who bought your bullets?
Georgie, JR's uncle's best friend.
Where did he live?
Right in front of JR's house, with JR's uncle.
And why couldn't you pay for the bullets?
Didn't have any money, and I couldn't buy the bullets myself because I wasn't old enough.
How old did you have to be to buy bullets?
18,
And what kind of bullets did you end up buying?
38 special, hollow tip.
Who actually bought them?
George's mom. We told him that, that we were just gonna use, we gave him money and we said, well, we just lost the bullets because we're gonna take JS father's gun and go down the pit and go target shooting. So we bought the bullets.
Where'd you buy the bullets?
Big Al's gun shop in Seagull. For one,
Do you remember how much they cost?
$18, I believe.
Showing you what's State's Exhibit 41 in evidence. Do you recognize these?
Yeah, that's box things in Jordan Belt.
38 special hollow tip?
Yeah.
Here.
Yes.
After he walked.
All right, we're right at the end, and I don't. The next question is going to go right into part 2, so I don't really want to start that yet. I only had like 20 seconds left. So that was the end of Billy Flynn, the perpetrator, unaliver, whatever you want to call him, of Gregg Smart. That was part 1. We got 2 more parts to go through. I was gonna maybe do something this weekend, but I'll probably stick with doing part 2 on Monday. But because I've decided to take over my mom's stream, and it's Friday, and it's after 5 p.m., or at least it's 5 p.m. somewhere, Gabby and I are just gonna go ahead with our shenanigans. So as soon as we get this pulled up and set up, we are actually going to be live again, doing a Ask Me Almost Anything stream. It's just a little chit chat.
Oh, she's.
So, but yeah, if you guys want to join us, if you guys don't have anything else to do, that can actually get pretty fun. We've done a couple of them, and it's always a good time, especially when you guys ask the real embarrassing questions.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them, I mean, I have no shame, and I know you don't really either, but
Yeah,
some of those I'm
yeah.
like, my mom's watching.
It's okay. She'll probably just laugh.
Yeah, she'll be like, damn it, Carmen. That's not how she sounds at all.
No.
So as soon as we get this up, yeah, like questions like that. will come-
Exactly.
Exactly. That's the
Yes.
type of stream we do.
This right here. This is, you know.
And so I'm just waiting for the confirmation that that's been set up. I not only decided to take over my mom's stream, but because we were doing this, I also texted her and I was like, hey, I need you to throw up another stream like right now. I said please. So it makes it all better.
No, you were like, back to work.
Get back to work. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one just so this one stays professional. Give us just a few minutes, have your notifications on in YouTube, and we will be back with you very shortly for a very, very different type of stream.
Yeah,
So-
buddy.
All right, we will see you guys shortly.
Bye.
Bye.
Guilty as the jury calls, echoes rising through the halls. Listen, Pamela Smart, history calls another name upon the wall. Stories fade, but lessons stay. Truth and consequence on display. A darker path that led astray. Like and subscribe before you go. Grateful you join me for the show. Like and subscribe before you go. Grateful you join me for the show.